In Matthew's book, Jesus said, go into all the land, take the word, share it, teach it, preach to every man. Just do it. Hello, this is Dr. Gregg Mays with your Word Wednesday. Last week I started what I'm calling now a mini-series of my time at camp. And this is the book that we use, The Good Fight. It was something created by our pastor, Pastor Kim Davis. Great job on that. Shout out, Pastor Kim. But last week I started talking about, the lessons that I learned. And I talked about how I am willing to fight for salvation. And then I talked about Gideon was one of the people that we learned about. And so I kind of shared a little bit about why I like the man Gideon and what he stands for, because of his willingness to keep moving forward, even though it didn't look like he was going to be able to accomplish what he ultimately did accomplish. And so this week, I want to continue on the lessons that I learned at Camp Rock. And the second day, Pastor Kim taught us about Mary. Now, not Mary, the mother of Jesus, but Mary, the sister of Martha and Lazarus. Lazarus is the man that the person God raised from the dead. But this woman, Mary, kept making the right choice. What was that right choice? She was always going to her knees. This is what Pastor Kim was sharing with us, that when we see Mary in the presence of Jesus, she would go to her knees. She went to her knees to beg Jesus to come and to save her brother Lazarus. And then when she goes and sees him after Jesus has come, after a few days, and Lazarus has been dead in the tomb now for 4 days, Mary comes to Jesus and if you had been here, but she is in reverence. We see Mary at the feet of Jesus. When Martha is trying to prepare everything, we see Mary at the feet of Jesus. And when Martha confronts Jesus and says, why aren't you telling Mary to help? Jesus says, Martha, you are concerned about many things, but Mary has chosen what is right. And what is that? What is right? We must be willing to sit at the feet of Jesus Christ. Are you willing to sit at the feet of Jesus Christ? What does that mean? That means getting into his word. That means spending quality time, opening the Bible, reading it, pausing, praying, asking God for understanding, seeking out a mentor, somebody who can come alongside you and help you, seeking out accountability partners, people that you are willing to spend time with, talking to them, sharing your concerns and hearing their concerns. Are you willing to sit at the feet of Jesus so that you may share him with others and they may grow in what they are doing? One of the questions that we got asked was who Jesus was fighting for, who Mary was fighting for in the book of John. And one of the things that I wrote down was Mary was fighting to know, is Jesus who he says he is? And I love that. I love that. And I talked about Mary fighting for the ability to worship Jesus. And so those were some things that I learned on that day that we talked about Mary. And I told you about being on her knees. That was her fighting stance. The way that she entered the battle was on her knees. And one of the things that we did do each night was we learned from Stephanie Davis, and she did an amazing job. And one of the things I want to bring up this week, I did not bring it up last week, was Stephanie, each day when she finished speaking, she had us answering 3 questions. And here they are. Question number 1, she's talking about after you read the Bible, after you've studied and you've read, She said, answer these 3 questions. Number 1, why did people find this important enough to write down? Number 2, why did this, what we read, why has it endured throughout time? And number 3 is, what is it that it was true in this time that we read that word? In other words, when it was happening for them, what was true for them? And at this time, it is also true for us. And I would encourage you to go back and write those questions down if you need to pause it, because each night she gave us a good understanding of, kind of the why things were happening. And this was a way, I liked it. It's a way for us to grow in our faith, to better understand. And I'm always telling you, you need to get around mature Christians. Well, this is a way for you to become one of those mature Christians, is to begin to unpack the word, to begin to ask those questions, to begin to seek out that knowledge. And one of the things that Stephanie said was, we need to get a study Bible. A study Bible enables you to go down and kind of get some information that maybe you didn't fully gain from reading the passage. It'll explain some things for you. I have multiple study Bibles. I love them because I've learned so much. You can get so much from that. Also, commentaries. These are people who have studied the word, and this will allow you to begin to be one of those people who study the word. And you look at multiple resources because it's going to help you grow. So that was another thing that I learned at Camp Rock 2022, was those 3 questions. Hey, I pray that this is a blessing for you. And remember, stay strong. So what you waiting for? Someone to feel the pain some more, because you ain't share the love, the grace you found within the Father's care. To share the love of God is more than just a simple job. It's Christ speaking the off a Holy Spirit law. Share it.